Ah, there it is. Is this working? La 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 la. Da 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 da. Okay, I'm changing this music. Beep beep. Wait. I'm liking it so far. To put all how many cows are there? 204 cows? There's just so many cows. So many cows now. So let's spin the wheel. Let's see, what cow is that? So I haven't actually gotten to like let him out, but I did see him. Pretty fast. And then I stopped for a bit. And then once the full game came out, I got re-addicted all over again. It's like the hyperfixation completely ignited. Hey, yo. I didn't pay too much attention to the bar. I was like in that phase where I was trying to like basically speed run as fast as possible, and so I didn't really pay attention too much to the bar. Decided to like fight this guy, I pretty much dog walked him, even when I didn't have pals that like were highly effective against him, because like all of my pals were just dragon, because I like dragons, and most if not all of my pals were like dragon types, so it wasn't really doing like, it wasn't the most effective type against Andalis, but because their damage output, I increased all their damage output to almost the max that it can when you dog walk this whale, and the whole thing only took about like 10 minutes to do. It took like less than 10 minutes, which you have time limit on this thing, so less than that, it was like maybe 5 minutes, and then capture the whale. The only terrifying thing was fighting Andalis solo, the giant freaking wave that he sends, that you get a warning, like maybe like 3 seconds before it happens, and then like Jet Dragon cleared that waves pretty easily, even with when I used like other pals like Cross-Alley, it cleared it pretty easily. When I saw that meme where it's just like that pigeon depending on how long you fight him, he'll do it like maybe like 2 more times, and then like by then it's like either kill him or go on to the next thing, you have to find a way. It's like, doesn't send out that wave, it's like, down half health, that's a one-hit kill wave, by the way. You cannot, if that thing gets you, you are dead. Now, unless you have a revival, you're basically just dead. Pictures of him, but you pick your 3 starters, and then you go and you fight around. I just wasn't very interested in that aspect very much. Did it? I remember playing it quite a few times, and I was just like, man, I'm bored. I went back to playing like Sonic the Hedgehog. You go, wee! Look at the blue hedgehog just like running around, like very much just that like my brain needs stimulation. It needs to see the speed go fast, not strategy. I don't need strategy. I just need to force my way through things. That's how I did with like level in order to, like, you know, survive in this level, I will be like, if given the option, I will completely ignore the obviously starting level, you know, get through that, get through the and then immediately, it's like, man, am I level 10? Time to go to this level 20 to 25 area, die repeatedly and learn nothing, and not follow the path that's very obviously laid out for me. The freedom to do that. I love the freedom to do that. Probably why I like games like am I dumb and stupid for going to an obviously designated area that's obviously out of, like, way out of my level, and I will die repeatedly going there? Yes. Yes, it will. But I love that I'm given the choice to do that. Okay? I will be dumb and learn nothing. That's it. I will be dumb and learn nothing. And either I force my way through this, or I find a way to beat it. Somehow, some way, one way or another. You can't stop me. You cannot stop me. I will do it. The dumbassery is my own. Oh, yes. I'm gonna assume yes. Outside, it's because of the like, wait. Right there, I literally just hit, like, okay, is that perfect? No, but we're gonna go with it anyway because this is my first pal that I'm playing, and I want to get to others. So curious what you can tell I'm not used to drawing animals. Just tell. Background, yes. Maybe like draw like the little island right here. Just be like, hello, tiny thing. I am above you, and you're going to die. You're going to die, whoever you are. Man, I hope, like, okay, this is a little off topic. I hope Pal World introduces like more, you know, developed cities, kind of like, you know, Pokemon has, like, those actual developed cities. I get it. We are a castaway. We have essentially, you know, we are foreigners to this land, but, you know, for a place that's seemingly just an island, it sure does have a lot of advanced technology on it. I mean, there's like factions and stuff, and yeah, sure, and like there's an entire police force, and you're telling me there isn't a city in this island? There's there's no city on this island, but there's an entire police task force that's just on the ready to like arrest you. Well, arrest you, like shoot you on the spot for you know, transgressions and stuff. You got like is that not still? The music's too high, the mic's too low. Huh. That's weird. Okay, how about now? How about now? Okay. The music is trying to kill. Okay, hang on. Alright, is that better? Okay, hang on. Hello. Hi, so yeah, I'm trying to like... Yeah, I'm reducing the audio on the desktop. Okay, so it was on default, so that's probably why you guys couldn't hear me that well. How's that?
Here, let me see. There's a little bit of delay.
Oh, you can wait. I can hear you. Hang on. You guys are getting better to like balanced audio. Yeah, I really didn't know how to like do that live. So I just like sent out to the world and see how that works. Sorry guys, I didn't know the music was like that bad. That probably explains why people were leaving. Oh yeah, that was loud. Oh yeah. Alright, is that good? Can you guys hear me properly now? Let's see.
God, it's not like a full minute behind, is it? Might be.
You might hear yourself on the stream, cause like it might. I think my mic's catching the audio. But I'm glad you guys. Yeah, this is not the first time someone's said something about the volume.
Yeah, we're here to help you.
Oh, that's why that's the wrong setting. I was doing the desktop audio rather than the Spotify audio. That explains something. Yeah, well, I'm using something called Streamlabs right now. Yeah, so yeah, I was toning down the wrong, yeah, I was probably the wrong thing. Okay. Oh god, the music is loud again. Oh, really? I guess it really is just the spot. Okay, so I guess it's this.
Yeah, if you have any channel that's for desktop, I highly recommend muting that.
Okay, I'm just gonna mute the desktop audio entirely.
Yeah, because if you have a Spotify specific one, you should focus on that one.
God, the music is loud again. Yes, no.
Let's see, are we hearing anything through Spotify? Okay, it's barely coming through now through Spotify. And is there any way to boost your mic? Is it cropped out? Is that as high as it goes?
Hang on. Let's see. No, I think I'm just kind of far from it. A bit, yeah.
Huh. Is there any settings on it that allow you to add gain?
Hang on, let me see. Let's see, this thing is maxed out to the fullest that I can. Let me see if I can actually do anything else about it. Oop, now loud pin. Okay, now, well, apparently I'm loud now. Whoopsie daisy.
No, I thought the audio was actually like a good level there.
I think I was a little too close to the mic. Normal. Oh wait, clock's just okay. Catching up.
Yeah, granted, remember that there's a delay in
Yeah.
the chat and
Oh yeah, right. Alright. I think everything should be good now.
okay, let me listen for a second. There's like a 40-second delay between chat and stream.
Wow, 40 seconds.
Yeah, just to be clear, because like remember I'm over on ESP.
Right.
There's YouTube streaming on. Yeah, well, that's asking too much of YouTube. Anyway.
Right now I'm trying to draw like a PAL because I've been absolutely obsessed with Pal World, so that's what like this stream's all about. I was just talking about my obsession about Pal World.
Yeah, you were ranting about a bunch of cool stuff and whatnot with it, like the island and like the lore and stuff, and like it's clear that there are any big cities and stuff like that. So it just, yeah, you were ranting about a bunch of cool stuff about it, and we just could not hear you.
I have apologies about that. Hopefully, like, trying to improve on this thing. I'm also gonna, like, yeah, there isn't really anything specific about this stream. This is just me, like, not ranting, I guess glazing Pal World, and then the other part was going to be working on, like, the comic, because I've gotten back into that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, streaming me drawing the comic and such.
later we'll go over your Streamlabs settings and stuff and figure out how to boost your mic better.
Yeah, it might be... Like, right now, I'm using a Blue Yeti. That's, like, currently what I'm using right now.
Blue Yeti isn't too bad. It's a start, right?
Yeah, it's a start. At least, you know, it's better than, like, my gaming headset microphone.
Oh, anything's gonna be better than that, yeah.
Gaming?
Honestly, if you're gonna be moving around a bit while drawing, using your gaming headset might not be too bad.
Maybe. I'm not moving around too much. I was just like, let me just see if I can, like, move this Blue Yeti mic a little bit more towards me. Just so that, yeah, there we go. Ooh, it's...
Alright.
What the...
But yeah, later we can go over your Streamlabs settings and stuff, and I'll help you get your audio and stuff figured out, because I did similar things in OBS a long time ago, so I can help you out with those.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. The purpose of... Yeah, basically the purpose of me trying to stream again is both so because, I don't know, talk to people and drawing stuff.
No, that makes sense, yeah. I'm actually going to get back to my doodling and stuff too, but do know that we'll be having you on in the background.
Yeah! Same thing.
No, of course. Alright, we'll troubleshoot stuff later, but otherwise, enjoy your doodles and have fun ranting about Pal World.
I will. Thanks so much, Patches. And Clockwork, I see you there. I see you in the chat. Okay.
Subscriber gets a filthy message off of my freaking chat.
She's like, Clockwork, you are the superior subscriber. Yes.
No, don't. They're celebrating in the background now. What have you done?
The big boost the egos. Boost the ego now.
Man, this is what I get. I'm trying to help you. completely kidding. We'll go over it later and stuff, and we'll get it all sorted. Alright, I'll talk to you later.
Alright, see you. Thanks a lot.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Alright, hopefully the audio and the music is now at a bearable rate. I can't actually really tell. I'm still very getting used to Streamlabs. Hopefully I'll get it to the point where the music and the overall quality is, like, not completely ear-piercing. Well... I still gotta let out Penthalis out of the PAL box. He's trapped in there right now. He's completely trapped. It's the wings. The wings. Here. I'm not used to drawing jewelries. I really need to. This is why I wanted to do this, because I'm like, in addition to me not being used to drawing animals, I'm also not used to drawing jewelry all that much. Like, been drawing for like how many years now? Barely have touched jewelry. I'm way too into my own comfort zone right now. But that ends today. I'm gonna tackle all the things I'm not used to drawing, like animals and jewelry and all that kind of stuff. It's not even like that hard of a jewelry either way. It's like, is this a sapphire gem? Yes, sapphire. It's like, ends the point right here. Goes like this. No, you cannot eat the jewelry. At least not this kind. I'm pretty sure you can eat. I'm pretty sure there's edible jewelry. Man, remember those edible necklaces back, like, way back then? Like, I remember I used to get those, like, I remember I used to get those all the time as a kid. And I would, like, eat, and I would just take them off and eat them because, like, I know you're supposed to wear them around your neck and eat them, but I always found that really gross to do, so I just did that instead. And I never finished the damn things because, like, I like candy. I like candy a lot, but, like, there's just a limit to how much candy I'll, like, eat. And, like, okay, I remember I tried to, like, eat the candy necklace on my neck, and, like, the saliva, it just dripped out, and, like, the moment that happened, I was just like, no, never doing that, no. I don't even think that's just, like, a texture version. I think that's just, like, being grossed out, like, just normal grossed out. Though, okay, alright. That's not completely untrue. There was one time... Okay, have you ever heard of something called, what's it called? The Misadventures of Flapjack? Was it Misadventures of Flapjack, or was this another show? There was, like, this one show, I can't remember, but there was, like, this one show that made candy necklaces look so good to eat that I wanted... That, like, it made me almost want to try candy necklaces again. And then I did, and I immediately, like, lost interest again, because I remembered that, like, candy necklaces didn't taste as good as, you know, what was shown to me in that show. That show. But The Misadventures of Flapjack did make me want to, like... eat a variety of other candies in the show. I wanted to eat the candies in the show, okay? They made the candy look really good. I mean, the show itself can be really gross, especially with, like, a lot of the gross, like, the close-up, gross-up shots of the show. I thought it was hilarious. Whenever they did the, like, hyper-realistic, ugly close-ins, I thought those were hilarious. Especially, like, the one... scene where, like, his name is Knuckles, and there was, like, this dog, and then he was basically like, you might have fooled the old rich lady in Flapjack, but it's gonna take more than, and then the dog backflips, and then Knuckles is just like, woo! It was like the funniest thing for me back when I was like, when I was a kid. I laughed so hard. I think my dad was just like, what the heck are you laughing about? I was like, dog and funny blue man with wooden limbs. Yeah, funnies, all the funnies. Man, that show really shaped my humor. That and Chowder. Chowder's like my favorite childhood show of all time. Mainly because it was just that that funny to me. A lot of the and I guess the reason why I loved it was because just a lot of, like, again, Flapjack, the misadventures of Flapjack and Chowder are pretty similar when it comes to like the kind of comedy they do. You know, Chowder does more of like the absurdist kind of humor, where it's like gross close-up shots. Chowder is that all the characters, if you really pay attention, they all roast each other like constantly. Like they would consistently roast each other, especially like Endive and Mung Dal, and then like Mung Dal and Truffles, and Schnitzel, they would all just like roast each other. And I love the world building of Chowder a lot. I thought it was super creative. The world, it's probably like one of the most unique worlds that I've seen. Now that I've like really, you know, when I went back as an adult and really looked at the show, it had probably one of the most unique designs in like any show I've seen. The designs, world building, character designs were very, very unique. If like in Chowder, now it's been quite a bit. It's been like a few years since being Chowder. I would go back and just watch it like every once in a while. And the thing about the world that Chowder's in, they're literally quite you know, like a flat Earth or like not like that flat, like Atlas. You know the whole story about like Atlas and how he's basically holding up the sky together. That's basically where Chowder lives right now. They live on like essentially this floating island that's being held like there's quite literally the edges of the world, and it's being held up by a guy, and you can clearly see this in like it was like this one episode where it was like Purple Nurple episode, and like Mung Dul's trying to like get rid of them, and he quite literally goes to like the edge of the world and he throws them off. He throws things off, but then like the giant that's holding their world catches them. And like that's not a one-off joke. That is like a consistent thing that they show in the show. Like they consistently, like the guy shows up a lot. Like for a show that's really random, there's a lot of like there's a lot of consistencies in the show. Like for example, there's like a god kind of thing that lives in the it's a god that kind of lives in the sky, and he can control lightning and stuff. And he never talks. But he shows up multiple times in the show, usually as a background gag and stuff like that. And it seems like he can like control he can control like the weather, he can control sun and the moon and all that kind of stuff. So I guess it's like the closest thing to like a god or like a demigod of the world. And again, he's like not a one-off gag. He shows up almost like in a lot of episodes actually. And sometimes he's like he goes from like the background to sometimes into like the secondary role, especially when like the characters piss him off. And they piss off that character a lot, actually. Now I think about it. And I think... and, like, whenever he gets annoyed by them, he would just shoot lightning at them and stuff like that. But I always thought that was really cool. Yeah, I love the consistency that the show brings. And it really, like, adds... Like, to me, it adds to the humor. Because it's just like, oh, hey, it's the same character. It's that character, but now it's being brought to the forefront. And, like, what else was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, the characters, like, roasting each other. You know, for a kid-friendly show, they do... Like, they roast each other pretty good. Good, a lot of it is just a lot of it is just the characters smack-talking each other. I think there was, like... I remember looking up, like, Chowder clips on YouTube, and like one of the things that I guess is like an unappreciated is like Mung Dul's voice acting. I remember watching like the Chowder like Christmas reanimated, you know, back when like reanimations were really hot back then. The Chowder one was probably one of my favorite reanimations scenes that I've done, and there was like this one scene where it's just like, woman, you are one giant lump of coal, and I'm just like, wow, that the animation backed with like the voice acting, you can really tell that like the voice actor was having a lot of fun with that voice acting role, and arguably Mung Dol is probably like one of my like favorite voices in the show, just because of like the way the voice actor does a variety of ways that he shows emotions. One of my favorite scenes from Mung Dol, like in the show, was when they were going fishing for this like weird fish thing that I don't remember the name of, and like Mung Dol was trying to, you know, go fishing in the traditional sense, you know, like hook with like a hook and all that kind of stuff, but then like Chowder's bored and Schnitzel's also bored, and then like a cruise ship comes along, just literally just comes out of nowhere, and it's this pig character. I know Endive is like Mung Dol's like rival, but like this pig might as well be a close second, because for some reason every time this pig shows up, he essentially like really screws over Mung Dol, or just like the whole cast in general. Like this pig basically just, you know, does anything. He's like one of the main enemies to like the like Chowder's entire like main cast, like Truffles and not Endive, Schnitzel, Mung Dol, and Chowder. Yeah. So, okay, so like this pig, he comes up with this cruise ship, and Chowder and Schnitzel were like, oh, hey, you know, fun cruise activities and stuff like that. And Mung Dol is trying to keep, you know, with the whole like tradition of just fishing in silent and all that kind of stuff. And there was a scene where Mung actually did catch the fish, and then Chowder bumped into him, and then like Mung Dol proceeded to like he was so angry that he literally started like saying just words. Just like, he was like Chowder, sweetheart, dear boy. The blufferfish caught away. Oh yeah, it's called the blufferfish. Oh yeah. It's just the power of voice acting making me remember the words that he said. And it like the way that he sounded, it really sounded like he was about to strangle Chowder right then and there. And then then pair that with the animation where he just shrinks and scrungles down. It's like it's like, ah, man, I love that show. God, I have like a vault. There is just a vault in my brain that just holds a bunch of, I guess you could consider it useless information of just all the things I know in my childhood. Like, I remember, like, all the shows that were going on back in the early 2000s to 2010s, and then beyond that, I just got a visceral knowledge of that kind of stuff. Like, for example, I think this is more of a hot topic thing. Avatar: The Last Airbender. I've been seeing the rounds about that for about the last few days, about a week now. And, like, I think the movie just came out. I also saw it when the movie got leaked onto Twitter, and then everybody was having the hots for all the main cast's adult forms. Especially Toph. Oh my gosh. Toph, yeah. And such like that. I haven't seen the movie myself. I do want to see it one day eventually. Just to get my own opinion on it, because, like, I've been hearing a bunch of things about, like, the Avatar movie and such, and apparently how, like, originally it was made for theaters, but then it didn't come out in theaters, it only was, like, direct-to-video, and then, like, the studio changed their mind, and now they are going into movies, but only a select few theaters, so, you know, that whole thing going on and such. I probably won't be able to see it in theaters. I'm probably gonna like see it like video to direct. But from what I can tell, just based on the movie, there's a lot of mixed reviews about it going on. And again, I want to form my own opinions without any kind of bias from Twitter of all places. So I'm just gonna try to like hold off on any spoilers or like such. Couldn't escape it completely. I read somewhere that apparently when there was like I think when the crew was talking about the show, apparently like some of the official concept artworks had like you know how there's like author notes and such. Apparently in the like description or author notes of like some of the concept art, when they were doing research, somebody apparently forgot to erase, or somebody was using Chat GPT as a source of research, and when I saw that, I was like, you're using Chat GPT to do research on certain cultures that you are referencing to make the show. That's wow. Okay. I'm just gonna say this. Chat GPT, it's literally in the name. It's a chat box overall. Okay? If you're gonna do research on the topic, especially if you're gonna be referencing real life, cultures, I think it'd be, at this point, you might as well have just said according to Google, because at least Google is a search engine. You used a chat box to do culture research for. It's not very good luck, that's all I'm gonna say. The original show. I love the original show. I think it's a beloved cartoon. There's been a lot of hot topic stuff about, like, after Avatar, like, I've watched all of Avatar, The Last Airbender. I have not watched The Legend of Korra all that much, and, okay, the most I got from The Legend of Korra was from reviews that other people have watched it, so, I can't say too much about The Legend of Korra, and a lot of the things that I did watch pertaining to The Legend of Korra were honestly pretty biased, all things considered. I get, most of them were against the show overall, so maybe one day I'll, actually sit down and watch The Legend of Korra so that I can form my own opinions about The Legend of Korra and such, but from what I could tell, just from, the general consensus of it doesn't seem like The Legend of Korra was all that well received during and after its run. And there's the Legend, Avatar, The Last Airbender comics, which has apparently its own controversy surrounding it, and it just feels like there's just been a lot of a lot of mixed opinions about media after the Avatar: The Last Airbender, and it's been it's Korra, the movies, and then there's a new Avatar series coming out. What was it called? I was Avatar the 7 something. I remember I watched the trailer of it on Twitter, and first of all, apparently according to the lore, the world got destroyed again. So, something really screwed up must have happened in The Legend of Korra, because why is the whole world completely fragmented again? In the Avatar: The Last Airbender, the kingdoms were partially fragmented because, the Fire Nation tried to do an overtake, and was, dividing up the kingdoms and kind of stuff and trying to, take over territory. So, that makes sense why the kingdom was fragmented. The world wasn't destroyed, though, so I'm just wondering, what exactly did the new Avatar, what did Korra do to have the whole world be completely destroyed, and then the next Avatar series is just all kingdoms, they're not attached, they're all destroyed, and they're all in their own kind of things going on, and I'm just and then, okay, So I can't say that I'm a casual fan of Avatar because I do love Avatar, and I did do, you know, my most research on like the lore of the Avatar. So it turns out in the new Avatar, there's 2 avatars now, which like that's a thing now apparently, I guess. I thought you were only one person was supposed to be the avatar, but because they're twins, somehow that makes it so that the avatar is 2 people, even though the avatar themselves, they're a spirit. It's a soul coming into like the body, physically manifesting, you know, their body into like the physical world. So that's kind of confusing. So if anyone can like correct me on that'd be helpful. I'm not like completely optimistic about the new series, mainly because they're I'm not gonna be critical about it because there's just so little information to go off of, besides, you know, apparently whatever happened in The Legend of Korra caused the literal end of the world, and the kingdoms and all the worlds are quite literally fragmented to the point of, like, you know, all these kingdoms like separating and stuff. So I might check it out. I might, like, you know, watch a couple of episodes, see what's going on with that. Depending on if I'll maybe stick around if it's like interesting. If it's not, I probably won't, because like I already have like a backlog of other shows that I want to watch. Speaking of shows I want to watch, King of the Hill. Yeah, this is right. I love King of the Hill. I don't know what it is. I love the humor. I love the characters. I guess I just love, like, I love Hank's character. I kind of, like, low-key relate to Hank in some ways. You know, I like my thing. I like propane and propane accessories. I like art. And I like art accessories. Okay, he's a simple, hardworking man. You know, is there for his family. He's kind of an extreme prude. I am also kind of a prude myself, in a way. I love his kid Bobby. I love that he's a chef in the new season. Bobby's all grown up. It seems like yesterday when I just saw Bobby as this young, naive child that was just, like, you know, doing young child stuff and being kind of a kid and just, like, you know, discovering himself and seeing what he likes to do and stuff. And Hank giving him life lessons. I know Peggy. I like Peggy. I like Peggy a lot. I think she gets a lot more hate than I think she really deserves. Now, am I saying that Peggy is not annoying? No, she definitely has her moments and such, but I don't think she's really that bad. I mean, yeah, there are times in the show where she is being pushy, and then, like, she's, like, really she sometimes, like, pushes her own, like, I guess you could say her own's kind of, like, she likes to bolster herself a lot in the series. But, like, but there isn't enough moments where it's portrayed, where it annoyed me. Because, like, a lot of times when Peggy does have her kind of bolstering or, like, superiority complex over certain things, she does typically have her comeuppance. So, I don't actually mind Peggy all that much. I don't think there's actually any particular characters I hate in the show I can think of. I think maybe Luann might have been the closest, because, you know, Because, like, I like Dale a lot. But, you know, the whole joke is that, you know, Luann and Dale not really knowing about the whole affair thing. The person that might have, like, truly kind of annoyed me was maybe Khan. And that's mainly because of the many, okay, maybe not many, but there are, like, a couple of few times where Hank had to, where if Khan has even the, like, even a little bit of power over anybody, he will abuse that power to the fullest extent. And I think the one that, like, had me annoyed by him the most was, I think, Dr. Quarters. I think that's, like, the title of the show, where he had, like, this turnkey, he bought a turnkey operation from, like, this car wash place that was, like, really popular because, like, because it was basically, like, an amateur-esque, like, you know, car show kind of, like, thing, you know, where people were just, like, going to hang out, you know, wash their car, and, you know, just do things like community do, that you know, like, communities like to do. And then, when Khan bought the turnkey business, at first it was doing well because the community was, you know, doing their own kind of, you know, entertainment. It was a spot. Like, all Khan had to do was just, you know, keep the business running, keep these machines operated smoothly, not say anything, and he could have had his turnkey business and had money just slowly coming in. But because Khan had a little bit of power, just a little bit of ownership, he had to lorder that around to other people to the point where he became so insufferable that people just weren't showing up anymore because of it. And now this is where Hank comes in. Because, you know, okay, so I have to backtrack a little bit. The reason, and because, like, Strickland gets involved in this, and the reason why Strickland gets involved is because Hank showed Strickland, you know, his boss, the car wash where everybody was hanging out, and, you know, Strickland likes, you know, ladies and stuff, and there was, like, ladies there, and he was trying to impress them, and such. And when he tried to go back, when the business was failing, he was just like, well, I can't have that. I just found a new place to, like, you know, hang out and do things and, like, impress the ladies. I can't let this business die. So he goes over to Khan and makes a business deal and essentially, like, buys 51% of the business, I think is how much it was. So that basically Hank, and, you know, Strickland handed over Hank to Khan, which makes Khan Hank's boss. And oh boy, when that became a reality, Khan, in no time flat, decided to treat Hank in one of the worst ways possible. I mean, he was basically calling him, like, a monkey, you know, like a worker monkey and stuff, and he would, like, make, and, like, he would, you know, make drawings, and then, like, treat him, like, super badly. Like, it takes quite a lot for Hank to just, like, you know, give up and such and walk away from a situation, because Hank had to deal with Strickland's mistakes for years, and Hank hasn't left. So, you would have to really be just awful for Hank to leave, with foreshadowing for later. So, eventually, yeah, Hank has, yeah, fortunately, after Khan, like, Hank was doing a good job at, like, the car wash, you know, he was keeping the, you know, the water pressure at a good temperature, he was keeping the area clean, the customers were slowly coming back because of his hard work, and then, this is where Khan's, like, ego reached new heights, because the business was picking back up, and he was under delusion that he was the one that was, you know, making the business, like, the way that it is. He decided to, like, make his own, like, videos on how to, like, make money and stuff like that. And then, like, because, you know, he was trying to do the same thing, like, the reason why he got this turnkey business to begin was because he was, like, watching a video from Dr. Money, and, so, you know, Khan decided to do that, and then Khan, once he made the film, was trying to sell it to people, which, you know, they don't really appreciate, you know, basically being, you know, sales pitched to when they're trying to, like, you know, wash their car and trying to talk to people, and Hank was trying to stop him, and like, Khan was, you know, basically making a scene, and then it ended when Hank decided to, like, spray Khan, which, by the way, 100% deserved. Hank decided to stand up for himself and, like, spray Khan, and then, you know, Strickland came in and was just like, hey, you can't do that, that's your boss, and I'm just like, well, guess what, I'm not gonna do this anymore, and then Hank is about to leave. And this brings up probably, like, one of the few times I can actually give Strickland some credit here, like, that he actually knows what business is. He tells Khan that Hank is a golden goose. You know, he provides you everything that you need, which is, like, two things. Back-breaking hard work and, you know, customer service relations. And I would honestly throw in a third thing, which is just, like, putting up with your bullshit. Which, you know, Hank has put up with a lot of bullshit in King of the Hill. With, like, Hank, like, remember when I said that he was dealing with a lot of, like, Strickland's bullshit? Did you know that he was that his bosses framed him for murder that one time, and he still worked for him? Yeah, that's what I mean by putting up with bullshit. Shit, he was doing the most. So, you know, Khan gets his comeuppance, because, you know, Strickland doesn't want to lose his golden goose, and, you know, reinstates Hank to, you know, go back to propane, and then, you know, Strickland sells his 51% share to some guy that was just like, I'll take the share, and then Khan basically has to go back to, you know, doing the, you know, he's no longer the boss, so he has to do the work now. And, you know, that's how the episode ends. But, yeah, that's, like, one of the few times where Khan, like, my, bullshit for Khan was at an all-time low in that episode. And then there was, like, the other time when, Khan became, like, I think, like, a redneck, essentially. Like, because he found some people, and he, like, was hitting... Now, to be fair, Khan was having, like, a really rough day. His boss was being an absolute ass to him. And, you know, he was basically, like, being the corporate worker that was, like, that had, like, you know, the boss didn't respect him at all. And, you know, he was basically on an all-time burnout. But the thing that got me annoyed was that he had, like, a daughter, you know, you know, was, and, you know, a family and such that was trying their best and stuff. And I understand that this was the point of the episode, was that, you know, Khan had to like learn that it was basically not just him, but, like, other people were trying. I feel like they could have, like, maybe messaged that a little bit better, because, like, from like, just from the words that it seemed like Khan kind of got a different message from that entire interaction, because, like, Hank was trying to, like, help him pull him out of this, like, stump, where I think Khan was, like, fighting with 2x4s with other people, and then he was just like, oh yeah, I could just basically just say that my I came from, like, a bad background, and I'll use that to, like, you know, get them into stuff, and, you know, things like that. And it's just like, I guess that it is true in a sense, but yeah, that was essentially like that was another episode that I got really annoyed by Khan, because he was not only dragging Connie down, but, like, even Min came to her senses eventually, when I think, like, she was just like, I ate squirrel quesadilla, which is like, huh. Like, actually got me curious about what squirrel tastes like. That definitely not gonna eat one because they're essentially rodents. I'm not gonna eat a rodent. Most I'll eat is probably like a rabbit. I think I have eaten rabbit before. I'll try rabbit again. But yeah. Let's see. Do, 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 do. Just laying out the entire colors, see how this works. It's not perfect, the jewel's not perfect, but hey, it's alright. These jewels, man. You know, going, you know, just like looking at like I got this thing in particular just so that I could cover up all of like the blind spots that, you know, Paint Bucket can't fill in, because let's be honest, like Paint Bucket is pretty inaccurate because, you know, this is a raster layer, and like I always have like these pockets, so like I would just do this and like do this kind of thing. I sometimes miss just drawing in vector because it's vector based. You can every place is like its own individual artwork that you can like crispy fill in, and I can't. When you've been working with raster layers for years, and then you switch over to vector, and then it perfectly fills in the artwork completely. It feels euphoric is the best way I can describe it. It's pretty awesome. Let's see. Let's give it an ocean background. The background can really elevate or unelevate. It really depends. No, it can't unelevate. It really does elevate the scene. Backgrounds just really elevate the scene, in my opinion. Mainly because, like, depending on your background, it can really affect what your artwork looks like. And I feel like that's a... Backgrounds are important. I feel like more people need to draw backgrounds. I say to myself, as I also need to draw more backgrounds. I definitely need to draw more backgrounds. Like, I've drawn a lot of characters. I haven't drawn a lot of backgrounds. Just check up on some things. Well, I might do more of this just because I like, you know, drawing Pal World. This is actually coming out pretty nice. Whoop! Daisy. Do that right here, and I know what the island looks like, so I'm gonna draw the little island right over here. It's like a little too round. You gotta make it a little more like an island shape. Yes, the tiny island that you get to, like, fight to fight this giant fucking whale on. And, like, I will say this, if you are planning on fighting this whale, you need a water pal, and you definitely need a flying pal, because if you don't have flying pal, you are dead. You are very dead. Because there is an attack from this pal that, if you do not have a flying pal, will absolutely one-shot kill you. No exceptions, so get a flying pal. I mean, this is a level 70 boss. If you don't have a flying pal at this point, I really don't know what to say. It's like any game that gives you the ability to fly anywhere to fly almost unrestrained in a game is always the most broken thing in the game. Like, people have already been doing, like, a bunch of, like, clipping into things, just using, like, you know, flying pals just in general. So it's like, if you don't have a flying pal at this point, it's like, what are you doing? Unless you're trying to do a challenge, which, like, that'd actually be a really fun challenge to do. It's just like, hey, can you, like, complete Pal World without using any flying pals? I have no idea how you would do that against this guy. Plantis? I hope it's... Because, yeah, you'll just be dead if you don't, like... I guess you could do it if you kill him fast enough, but I doubt that. This guy has, like, what, somewhere around, like, $280,000 health, last I checked. So, unless you get, like, an electric pal that's doing some big numbers, good luck with that. Let's give some veggies. The island had at least some vegetation to it. I know the waters aren't, like... Okay, I know the waters are kind of shallow, so it's just like... Put a bit of distance right here. Giant ass whale. Probably won't be on here for too long. I don't want to stream for more than like more than 3 hours. Just because I want to keep things consistent. I'm actually not sure how long you're supposed to stream for. I'm just trying to, like, make it consistent as much as possible. Yeah, I might be done. Like, I might end it in about 10 minutes, just because, like, yeah, it's reaching like the 2-hour mark, and like, I don't know, I've done some pretty good progress on this Palanthus whale. I might show that a bit. Might do a bit of shading. I'm really just gonna have to guess on. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to guess what the markings are. I'll look it up. I might come back to this in another stream. I might come back to this tomorrow on another stream. You know. Let's just throw on some shading for right now. And I like to do some I like to put a little overlay and then do okay, so from what I want to do is that the sun is coming from like not the sides but the top view, so I'm going to be using yes, I'm just gonna, that's the noise one. I'm gonna use the soft one. This is, I guess you could say, kind of like my ambient lighting in a sense. It's because he's a round boy. He's a round boy. Yeah, you can almost think of this like an ambient lighting. Before I start putting everything else in there. Let's just erase some of the stuff right here. Alright, time to put it like on the actual shadings. Alright, I think this is where I'm gonna end it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll probably complete this